What if Earth had rings like Saturn? Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing something spectacular, vast, shimmering rings stretching across the horizon. What if Earth had rings like Saturn? Would it change our world forever? Would it be beautiful or dangerous? Today, we'll explore what Earth would look like with rings, how they would form, and how they would impact life on our planet. Get ready for an incredible journey into a world that could have been. How could Earth get rings? Saturn's rings are made of billions of ice and rock particles, ranging in size from tiny grains to massive boulders. But what if Earth had its own rings? How could they have formed? Scenario 1. A massive collision. The most likely way Earth could get rings is if a huge asteroid or moon collided with the planet long ago. A violent impact would have blasted debris into space, where gravity would have shaped it into rings. In fact, this is how scientists believe Saturn's rings formed, from shattered moons and icy comets. Scenario 2. A destroyed moon. Another possibility is that Earth once had a second, smaller moon that got too close and was torn apart by gravity. This would have created rings that could last for millions of years. What would Earth's rings look like? If Earth had rings, what would they look like from the ground? Would they be thin and bright like Saturn's or dark and barely visible? Ring composition. The color and brightness of the rings would depend on what they're made of. If they were mostly ice, they would appear bright white or even have a rainbow shimmer. If they were made of rock and dust, they would look darker, more like Jupiter's faint rings. View from Earth's surface. In some places, the rings would dominate the sky, stretching from horizon to horizon. They would look massive near the equator, but become thinner at the poles due to Earth's tilt. At night, they would reflect sunlight, creating a permanent glow in the sky. How would Earth's rings affect life? A ringed Earth wouldn't just be beautiful, it would also have serious effects on our planet's climate, seasons, and even human civilization. Impact on climate. The rings would block some sunlight, making certain areas cooler than they are today. They could also reflect heat back to Earth, possibly causing climate shifts over time. Eternal twilight and brighter nights. The rings would act like a giant reflector, making the nights much brighter. No more completely dark nights, especially near the equator. This could disrupt nocturnal animals and even affect human sleep patterns. Problems for satellites and space travel. The rings would create a huge barrier around Earth, making space travel much harder. Satellites would constantly risk crashing into ring debris, disrupting communication and GPS systems. Would Earth's rings last forever? If Earth had rings, would they last forever? Or would they eventually disappear? The effect of Earth's atmosphere. Unlike Saturn, Earth has a thicker atmosphere, which means ring particles would slowly fall towards the planet over time. If the rings were made of ice, they would gradually melt and evaporate. If made of rock and dust, Earth's gravity would pull them down, creating spectacular meteor showers. Gravitational disruptions. The moon's gravity could gradually break apart the rings or cause them to form into a new, small moon. Over millions of years, Earth's rings might shrink or vanish completely. What if Earth had rings right now? Let's imagine Earth suddenly developed rings today. How would it change our daily lives? Skylines would look completely different. Every city skyline would have a breathtaking ring backdrop, a sight unlike anything in history. Tourist attractions would change. People would visit the best locations to see the rings. Technology and communication would struggle. Satellites would need new orbital paths to avoid the ring debris. Space agencies like NASA and SpaceX would face huge challenges in launching rockets. Calendar and seasons could change, depending on how the rings cast shadows. Certain areas could experience longer winters or shorter summers. A ringed Earth would be breathtaking, but it would also come with many challenges. From disrupting our climate and technology to changing the way we experience the night sky, having rings would make life on Earth very different from what we know today. But one thing is certain, if Earth ever had rings, it would be the most stunning planet in the solar system. Would you want Earth to have rings? Why or why not? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of our space explorations. Until next time, keep looking up.